What is up, everybody? Today, trade count for June 2nd, 2026. Inside took one trade on Nvda. So in this video, I'm pretty much be going over what the market did say, what opportunities there were, and also what names to keep what names to keep an eye out for this week. So let's get right into the video. So let me pull up the alerts and pretty much talk about the pre-market game plan, right? What we're gonna look at in the pre-market, right? Give me a second, please. There it is. So 8:30 QQ spot opening with our previous day's range. So I want to see reaction at pre-market high slash pre-market long QQ because we can form a small bias if we're breaking above or below the indices, or especially QQQ on tech, right? Because it's a very tight range. Nothing really standing out today on tech since we're having a pullback on many names. We'll just be patient for names to show relative strength and weakness, right? Nvda calls on watch above 229 since this was the only tech name that was showing higher time frame strength, right? So it's going to be on watch. Because we want to have alignment with the higher time frame for those easy trades. So first 15 minutes of market open, straight chop on all these names, right? Very choppy on every single tech name. So nothing really happening, right? Just be patient, right? Like just be calm down and just see what name is showing strength and weakness. Nothing happening, then don't take a trade, right? And then 5 minutes later, right, Nvda ended up breaking out this 5 range high with strong price action, right? So Nvda calls on watch pretty much after we broke it out that 5 range high over here. And again, guys, after we broke it out of this kind of range, right? Especially this like higher time frame, these levels right here, especially where's the indicator? What the hell? 1 second. There we go. Right, once we broke out this 5 range high plus this higher time frame, these higher time frame levels, right? Very kind of big, nice move up to the upside with no pullback. So the only way you can get an entry on this name if you're very aggressive, right? Very aggressive. There's no really entry within this kind of zone until we break above this 5 range high. Until we're kind of in this area, then this is the only way to get entry. If you're taking entry within this area, then that's just low probability, low win rate, right? Even though higher time frame is there, we're not sure the buyers are going to break out the zone because we can just come up here and reject it. So until we're above here, then the video is on watch, and then we can kind of look to take a trade in this area. And again, just was not aggressive enough to take a trade in this move to the main objective on the higher time frame, which is 131. And so what I wait for buyers to step up, show pullbacks, show strong price action, end up taking calls, right, for that smaller kind of piece of the pie, which I kind of mentioned and I was talking about, right? Because we had that big move up, and I missed the entire move, so now I just want a small move, right? So I can just I just want a small move, right? Because I already missed a big move. So ended up taking calls at this candle, right? Because we ended up showing strong buyers at this candle right here from this fair value gap, right? 131 also. So just want to see the buyer just continue this trend, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, right? Just to the next TP level. And that's exactly what ended up happening, right? So Nvda calls 856, right? Again, this is not the best entry because we just talked about, we said that huge move up, right? There are multiple entries you can take, but guys, it's all kind of how aggressive you want to be, right? You could technically take this entry above 228. You can take an entry above 229, right? It's just kind of hard to understand what your risk would be, right? If you're above 229, right, your stop loss would your stop loss would be below fair value gap plus 229. If you're taking above this kind of zone, right, your stop loss would be below this zone, right, would be right below here. And then so it just depends, right? It just depends on how aggressive you want to be and how confident you are on this trade, right? For me, right, just was not confident just because my sizing was bigger, so that just happens. And yeah, I mean, very quick trade, right? Like just wanted to see that, just want to see us hit TP1 on the trade, right? Just can't even mention what I wanted. Small piece of pie, 231 TP1 QQ pre-market high. Want to see strong price action here, right? Because QQ and SPY actually ended up looking bullish. We end up at pre-market high, so we can break above. This will look good on the video as well because it's showing relative strength. And the good thing about names that are showing relative strength is, right, while the market is trash, the name is showing relative strength. And if the market picks up, then this name should push up even more, right? So yeah, I mean, we ended up just hitting TP1, right, and end up taking out 9%, and then just stop loss break even, right? Just want to see my runners run, and then we end up just getting stopped at, right? And that's very well to be expected because we just missed the entire move, right? We already like the contracts are already up over 100% plus, right? So we just got that 25% scalp off that first pullback, right? And I mean, that's pretty much the day, right? Like nothing really else happened in the market today, to be honest, right? This was the only name that was tradable besides AMD, right? So semiconductor space, right? AMD, Nvidia, only tradable names. Everything else, trash price action. So if you're trading any other name today besides Nvidia and AMD, then there's just something wrong with you, right? You don't know what you're doing. Choppy price action on every other name. Very choppy. Even Apple, like, even though it looks like nice, like, it's like kind of hard to gauge if we're going to show strong price action or not because we're opening so like the higher time frame isn't as bullish yet, right? Like now it's bullish because now we close at all time highs now, so now we can keep out on Apple, right? But like we can't expect like such a big reclaim of these levels, so and also Apple's just like a dog shit name to trade majority of the time anyways, right? But yeah, so what names? So I mean, guys, to be honest, right, nothing really else looks good. I'm gonna be honest, right? We can maybe keep an eye on for Apple tomorrow, and again, not Nvidia because now Nvidia just closed really bare. So we're gonna have to see where pre-market price action ends up leading us at, where we open at. So again, no buys coming into tomorrow. No names are showing anything else. If something happens tomorrow, I'll tell you guys in the server. But otherwise, again, this is all these names are kind of trash. I won't lie. So high chance we don't take a trade tomorrow, but again, let's see what happens, right? If we end up having very, very bearish price action and pull back QQ SPY, then we can end up taking some names that are showing weakness, right? And yeah, that's pretty much a trade recap. If you guys have any questions, comment. Actually, no, don't comment down below. Join the Discord and do not forget to like and subscribe. And I think that is pretty much it, right? Yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward, right? Didn't take a trade Monday, right? Just straight chop. Even though Nvda actually didn't end up having a decent move, but again, a little bit harder to get the entry yesterday. And then Friday, I don't think I took a trade either. Yeah, so pretty much the first trade of the month. So yeah, peace.